You know that person who hesitates for 5 minutes before hitting buy now? The one who has money in the bank but acts like they're one purchase away from poverty? Yeah, that person isn't cheap. They're protecting something. If spending money causes you actual pain, even on things you need, you're about to feel very seen. And today, we're breaking down the psychology of people who hate spending money. Here's the thing. Some people love spending because it gives them dopamine, freedom, instant gratification. But for others, every purchase triggers the same brain regions as actual pain. Every transaction feels like watching their security disappear. Psychologists call this loss aversion. Some people feel losses twice as intensely as gains. It's not being cheap, it's how their nervous system works. But there's something deeper. For some, money represents survival itself. Maybe they grew up watching parents fight over bills or experienced poverty that left scars. While others freely spend on coffee and clothes, every dollar for them is a shield against chaos they once lived through. That bank balance isn't wealth, it's proof they'll never be helpless again. Here's the wild part. Studies show extreme savers often have lower quality of life despite having more money. They deny themselves necessities, skip experiences, damage relationships over small amounts. The very thing meant to give them security becomes their prison. It's called the scarcity mindset. Even when there's enough, the brain operates like there isn't. The safety they're building is costing them the life they're trying to protect. Society romanticizes spending, the treat-yourself culture, the YOLO mentality. But what if spending feels like bleeding? What if every purchase comes with guilt and regret? That's not boring. That's being wired differently. Sometimes people hoard money for darker reasons, control issues where spending feels like losing power, anxiety so deep that the only calm comes from watching that balance grow. Money becomes both security and obsession. Ask yourself, are you saving for something or just too afraid to live? One is planning, the other is paralysis. If you genuinely hate spending, you're not broken. You're carrying weight most people can't see. That guilt buying groceries, that panic over necessary expenses, it's not rational, but it's real. And it's stealing your present to protect a future that never feels safe enough. Hit subscribe if this makes too much sense. Psychologists say money hoarding is often unresolved trauma disguised as financial responsibility. These people aren't greedy, they're scared. Their bank account is the only thing between them and the fear that never left. If you check prices obsessively, who feel sick spending even when you can afford it, who'd rather sacrifice now than risk running out later, you're not broken. You're just fighting a war with ghosts. But surviving isn't the same as living. Tell me, do you spend freely or does every purchase hurt?